Imagine you're standing beneath the night sky, gazing upward, as countless generations have done before. The stars shimmer, distant and cold, but one presence dominates above all: the moon. Pale, silent, and timeless, it has watched over Earth since the dawn of life. But tonight, something impossible happens. A cosmic thief, swift and unseen, snatches the moon from our sky. In a single blink, it vanishes. Humanity awakens to a world forever changed. To understand the gravity of this loss, we must first grasp the silent symphony the moon conducts upon our planet. For billions of years, the moon has been Earth's companion, a celestial partner whose influence reaches far beyond gentle moonlight. Its most visible impact is found in the ocean tides. Like an invisible hand, the moon's gravity pulls at the seas, causing water to rise and fall in rhythmic tides. Twice each day, coastlines swell and retreat, nourishing tidal pools and shaping life along the shore. The ebb and flow is not just a spectacle, it's a heartbeat for countless marine species, dictating their feeding, breeding, and migration. But the moon's reach extends higher, to the very axis upon which our planet spins. Earth's tilt, the angle between its poles and the plane of its orbit, is stabilized by the moon's gravitational embrace. This tilt grants us our seasons, the gentle cycling of winter and summer, spring and autumn. Without the moon, Earth's axis would wobble, tossed by the gravitational tides of other planets. Our world owes its predictable climate, its moderate seasons, to this lunar anchor. Even life itself dances to the lunar rhythm. Some creatures, like the horseshoe crab, time their spawning to the full moon's highest tides. Others, like the coral reefs, synchronize their mass spawning events to the lunar calendar, flooding the seas with new life in an ancient ritual. Nocturnal hunters, guided by moonlight, stalk their prey across illuminated fields and forests. The moon's glow is a silent clock, marking time in ways both subtle and profound. Now, imagine the moon vanishes overnight. The consequences are immediate, startling, and relentless. The tides, once regular and powerful, would falter. The sun alone would pull at the oceans, but its influence is weaker. Tides would shrink to less than half their former strength, robbing coastlines of their daily pulse. Tidal zones would shrink. Salt marshes and tidal flats, rich with life, would begin to starve. Species that depend on strong tides for breeding and feeding would find their rhythms broken, their cycles thrown into chaos. The night sky would become unimaginably dark. The moon, reflecting sunlight, is the second brightest object in our sky. Its absence would plunge the world into deeper darkness, especially away from city lights. No more silvered landscapes, no more moonlit nights for poets and lovers. The Milky Way would shine more clearly, but the sense of something missing would haunt every gaze upward. Creatures of the night would be among the first to notice. Owls, bats, and nocturnal insects that rely on moonlight for navigation would lose their guide. Sea turtles, which hatch on moonlit beaches and find their way to the ocean by the moon's glow, would wander aimlessly. Coral reefs, waiting for the full moon to release their spawn, would be lost in confusion. The biological clocks of countless species, wound by lunar cycles, would begin to falter. As days turn into months, deeper changes take root. Earth's axis, freed from the stabilizing grip of the moon, would begin to wobble. This is not an instant catastrophe, but a slow descent into chaos. The tilt of our planet would swing wildly, driven by the gravitational tugs of the sun and other planets. Seasons would lose their regularity. Summer could become winter in a matter of decades. Some years would bring scorching heat, others bitter cold. The climate, once predictable, would transform into a roulette wheel. Long term, this instability would reshape the face of the Earth. Glaciers would advance and retreat unpredictably. Deserts might bloom, only to freeze. The migration patterns of animals, birds, whales, and insects would become erratic as their ancient cues vanish. Agriculture, tuned to the seasons, would struggle to adapt. Crops might fail, harvests lost to unexpected frosts or droughts. Weather systems would become more extreme. Without the regular cycling of seasons, the jet streams, those powerful rivers of air high above, would shift erratically. Storms could intensify, hurricanes and cyclones wandering unpredictably across the oceans. Floods and droughts would strike with little warning, testing the resilience of societies and ecosystems alike. The oceans, deprived of their lunar conductor, would become strangely still. The diminished tides would change the chemistry of coastal waters. Nutrient-rich upwellings, driven by tidal forces, would fade. Fisheries would collapse, starving millions who depend on the bounty of the sea. The loss of mixing would also affect global ocean currents, potentially altering climate on a planetary scale. Human life would be forced to adapt or perish. Coastal cities, built to weather the tides, would find their shores transformed. Some regions might benefit from weaker tides, but the overall disruption would be profound. Agriculture would need to reinvent itself, finding ways to cope with unpredictable seasons. Water supplies, reliant on snowmelt and rainfall patterns, would become less reliable. Diseases could spread as climate zones shift, bringing tropical illnesses to temperate regions. Culture and mythology would mourn the loss of the moon. For millennia, the moon has inspired art, music, and stories. Its cycles have marked time, guided rituals, and shaped calendars. The absence of the moon would leave a void not just in the sky, but in the human spirit. Songs and stories would turn to remembrance, longing for a light that once watched over us. Could life survive in this world, stripped of lunar influence? The answer is both hopeful and uncertain. Life is resilient, capable of adapting to extraordinary change. Some species would perish, unable to adjust their cycles or behavior. Others would evolve, finding new ways to mark time and navigate the darkness. Human ingenuity might soften the blow. Advanced technology could help stabilize agriculture, predict weather, and guide migrations. Yet, the challenges would be immense, demanding a level of cooperation and innovation rarely seen in history. The disappearance of the moon would also force us to confront our place in the cosmos. Earth's story is shaped by its lunar companion. The moon formed from a colossal collision, a cosmic accident that set the stage for life as we know it. Its presence has shielded us from asteroid impacts. Its gravity has shaped our days and nights. To lose the moon is to lose a part of ourselves, a connection to the universe that is at once ancient and intimate. Could such an event happen naturally? The moon's orbit is slowly drifting away. Nay, about 3.8 centimeters each year. In billions of years, it may be distant enough to change our tides and seasons, but outright disappearance is almost impossible. Only a cataclysm, an impact with a massive object, or a gravitational theft by a passing planet, could snatch the moon away. Such events are vanishingly rare, but the universe is full of surprises, and cosmic accidents have shaped worlds before. If the moon did vanish, humanity would face a crossroads. Would we retreat, mourning our loss, or rise to the challenge, forging new myths and new technologies to survive? Would the absence of the moon inspire new stories, new dreams, perhaps even the search for a new lunar companion among the stars? As you stand beneath the darkened sky, pondering the vanished moon, you feel the vastness of the universe pressing in. The equilibrium of our world is delicate, the balance between chaos and order maintained by forces both seen and unseen. The moon is more than a light in the darkness. It is a guardian, a guide, a silent partner in the dance of life. Tonight, the sky is emptier than ever. The stars burn on, indifferent to our loss, but the absence of the moon is a wound that will shape the fate of every living thing on Earth. In the silence, a question echoes across the ages. Could humanity endure in a world without the moon? Or is our destiny forever linked to that pale companion circling above, shaping the tides of sea and soul? Perhaps the moon's disappearance is a reminder of the fragility of our home, a call to cherish the balance we have, and to wonder at the mysteries just beyond our reach. In the end, the story of the moon and Earth is a story of connection, of cosmic chance, and of the endless dance between light and darkness. As you gaze into the star-studded void, ask yourself, if the moon could vanish, what else might the universe hold in store? And would we, children of two worlds, find a way to thrive in the shadow of our greatest loss? Or would we forever dream of the night when the moon was last seen, shining upon the oceans and whispering secrets to the tides. The answer, perhaps, lies not in the sky above, but in the resilience and imagination of those who walk beneath it. For in every mystery, every loss, and every cosmic what-if, there is the possibility of renewal, a chance to rediscover our place in a universe filled with wonder, peril, and infinite possibility.